these southwest-centric events like Rootstock, like the ones that have gone before them, are really important. Farmers are busy; they sometimes don't have the ability to travel, and to get academics and farmers and good practitioners in a room to hear that change can be made, and it's not something to be frightened of, is really important. And this is why I should imagine speakers like myself and others have got involved, is to just try and make this accessible, because I genuinely believe it's one of those rare situations where you can reduce inputs, maintain output, and build resilience within your business.
The message that Rootstock is conveying needs to be pervasive, and the best place to do it is in each individual location where farmers can hear from other farmers and the experts that are taking such knowledge to the leading edge.
This Rootstock conference is come at a very timely moment, because the economics of farming are changing with the loss of the basic farm payment and being channeled into environmental things. It's a time where a lot of farmers will be very fearful and apprehensive going forwards, and it's really about starting up the mindset change from a lot of farmers as to how they're going to go forward. The answer is it can be done, and a lot of us farmers here are showing how we've already made that transition. But I think a lot of farmers are going to need help and guidance from their fellow farmers to help them to show how they're going to go forward. But the important thing to stress is it's going to be different for every farm and every farmer, because every land is different, the attitudes of farmers are different, the skills are different. But it's showing how there really are opportunities out there, and it's not just challenges.
So a conference like Rootstock is absolutely key to the development and the transfer of technology to raise farmers' understanding and expectations of the future. Because it's very easy for farmers to be isolated on their farms, doing the right job and doing the job that they're doing, but they need to be excited as well and have something to look forward to, which is something to anticipate for the future. And so transferring that technology is really, really important, and transferring the good practice that others have developed elsewhere in the Southwest is really key too. I think we've got a great selection of speakers to listen to today who will actually really excite people and give them something to look forward to and to grab hold of for the future.
So I'm really, really pleased to be here at Rootstock. I think these conferences, things like this, especially in Devon, are absolutely essential. We've got BPS is on its way out. We're seeing a 40% reduction this year. It'll be gone by 2027. Farmers, including myself, have got a couple of years to really make a change, make a difference, and make sure we're resilient for the future, because there's going to be huge structural changes coming. And conferences like this are about new ideas, finding the right people, and sometimes those ideas take a while to integrate and get into you. So I think this is great. Farmer focused, it's in the right place, it's not expensive to go to, and it's face to face, which I think is really important.
Conferences like this are massive. We hosted something very similar on farm, and the buzz around it was fantastic. Really, there's so many people that are really interested in how to make the next step forward. We are all relying on government support at the minute. Financial prices, all the ag inflation has grown so much that we've got to find a way of producing what we can from the best from the ground rather than from the bag. There's a lot of interest in it. I think people are really interested in trying to find out a different way of approaching things, and to find out how.
So a big part of what gives the Southwest its USP is this livestock-dominated farming. And we know that livestock-dominated farming often has a really negative environmental message associated with it. So by having this conference here and by really debating and challenging some of the assumptions that are often made, we can create something which allows us to use the innovation, the amazing research networks that we have, to really start to change the conversation around the importance of livestock for both farm and food production, environmental protection, and climate positive systems moving forward.
I think Rootstock and the likes of it with Groundswell and the other conferences are key at helping to show that there are many, for want of a better phrase, many different ways of skinning a cat. What we do on our farm is very different to what John Cherry does on his at Groundswell, but we both have the same ends, we both have the same end goal, but we are both attacking it from a slightly different angle. John is very much zero till. I'm a heathen, we still have a large plough that occasionally gets dragged out of a shed for use when it fits our system. So having events like this where you have a mixture of speakers and ideas allows the rest of the farming industry to look at what is available out there and what people are doing and what works for certain people, to work out what they can take home and try on their own farms. And it's not a sort of a blanket approach from government or from a larger body saying you must do this and it will work for everyone.
Events like Rootstock are really, really important because it's a space for farmers, researchers, all of the key people that are part of the Agritech Alliance and everything else to get together, ask those important questions, challenge each other. That's also important because you can get some fantastic speakers up there and they've had fantastic practices, but every farm business is different. Every landscape is different. It's such a varied industry with lots of different answers, and there isn't one solution that fits all. So those challenging conversations, those actually invested people who are really passionate about it being challenged, also asking the questions in front of everybody and having a chance then afterwards to speak amongst each other and discuss it and spread that knowledge. I think it's fantastic. Yeah.
These southwest-centric events like Rootstock, like the ones that have gone before them, are really important. Farmers are busy, they sometimes don't have the ability to travel, and to get academics and farmers and good practitioners in a room to hear that change can be made and it's not something to be frightened of is really important. And this is why I should imagine speakers like myself and others have got involved, is to just try and make this accessible, because I genuinely believe it's one of those rare situations where you can reduce inputs, maintain output and build resilience within your business.